Hi there, this is Catherine. I decided to make a get ready with me video just to show you how I do my makeup as a Slavic girl who has absolutely no idea about any brands or labels and just goes with whatever works. So basically, this is me doing my makeup and talking about my fasting experience. Let's do it. So today is Sunday, but I decided to show you the makeup that I would do for any of my work days of the week. Sundays I usually reserve for skincare and generally preparing for the next week, shaving and whatnot. And pretty much everything except for my hair is going to be done today the way I would do it for work. And also in the process I would be discussing my fasting experience while doing alternate day fasting. I already scrubbed my face and did some face mask, just generally what I would do on Sunday to prepare to face a new week. Now I would need to get rid of some of the extra hair under my eyebrows, and I would do just that. Sorry for the breakouts, it's kind of seasonal. So basically I go in like this with my razor that I only use for facial hairs. That was actually a big problem with that some time ago when I overdid it with the razor, and basically I was walking around with half my brow right to almost up here. It came to my attention in a pretty weird way. Somebody just pointed it out to me, but somebody I would not expect to say anything, actually. And so what I did was I got some, I don't know how to say it in English, what's the procedure, but it's basically like spraying the paint underneath your brow to outline the good shape for the brow. And when my brow hairs were growing out, I would see the shape that it would have to stay in, and that would be kind of my outline for not overdoing this. And it worked, so whoever is facing similar problems, this is a working method, I guess. So pretty much since then I've been pretty happy with my eyebrow shape. And also a bonus, you don't have to use any sort of products except for the clear eyebrow gel, because they're saturated enough, I guess. And I also like to get rid of any mustache, whatever, after I scrub my face, because apparently it is better after a scrub, so like smoother or something. Yeah, pretty much a few strokes like this. I don't have much facial hair, I think. Just like that. So, a quick disclaimer, I guess. I go for products that work and that are cheap. So I pretty much am gonna be reading out loud some names of products for the first time myself for you, so please don't judge too harshly. I go in with a toner next. It looks like this, and salty, I don't know how it's pronounced, something like this. It's hyaluronic acid toner, whatever, does the job. Okay, I use a toner sort of like a wake-up call for the skin, so like when I put it on, the skin knows that it's time to wake up, I guess, and it's ready to receive any other products that it would be willing to put on them. Works pretty well, I think. This one, I mean. Next one is gonna be an SPF. I use this one with Centella. Madagascar, Centella, whatever. I really am bad at those things. I dual works. The reason why I use this specific one is because it serves as a moisturizer and an SPF, and I've been looking for this type of product for quite a while. It is on a pricier side compared to my other skincare products or any makeup products, but it does the job, and this is pretty much what I was looking for. It's a hydrating SPF. I don't want to use too many separate products before I even put on my makeup. This combination of skin care and sun protection has been working pretty well for me. This is why I've been doing this instead of a moisturizer, then an SPF, or in whichever order. During particularly cold winter seasons, I would switch for a richer texture of a moisturizer and a lighter version of an SPF. The amount of protection your skin gets from the sun should not vary depending on how warm it is outside or how sunny it is outside, because the sun is always there. It's not the direct light specifically that poses danger for your skin in the long run. So what else do we do? This stuff gets soaked into your skin so fast. I enjoy it a lot, the sheer feeling of it. And this one is a primer, a tinted primer from Jomtam, 3-color rainbow isolation. I don't know, this is one of the best things on earth. I don't know how I lived without it. It costs pretty much nothing, and it is absolutely stunning. I need 2 pumps on this thing, just like that. And it's like 3 colors, just as you see, just like that. It's so good that during the summer I would practically only wear this product without any sort of tint or BB cream or foundation. It smoothens the texture out and makes the overall skin color cohesive without looking too harsh or too artificial. And it also gives you that inner glow that is not an oily shine, if it makes sense, but just, you know, a subtle moonlight glow, you know. Okay, I think it looks way better already. I do have some redness in certain places, and this spot on my nose never goes away, so I pretty much cover it every time I do my makeup. Here goes the foundation. It is called Paradiso Reloui, I think, Satin Fluid Foundation, and it is supposed to be similar formula-wise to Shiseido Glow Fluid that I was using for years, and then it became unavailable in my country. So I switched to this because it was recommended as a good substitution that also serves the same purposes. And I decided to give it a try, and I wasn't disappointed. I really like sheer foundations that do not provoke cakiness, and the ones that allow your skin to breathe. For distribution, I go in with a beauty blender. It's seen better days, but you know. The sheer formula allows me to apply it pretty much everywhere, including the eyelids and under my eyes. I put it all over my face. this is what it looks like with the foundation. I look ghastly. As people say, trust the process. This is a dupes for, what is it? This is a contouring stick with a bronzing effect, apparently on a very pale skin like mine. Don't be alarmed, I will do concealer, but first I like to contour. So these are pretty much the spots I would apply my contour on. I'm a fan of sponges. Regarding my experience with fasting, I have been doing this for over 4.5 months with a 2-week break after the 3rd month. And it's been a pretty good ride, actually. I didn't expect it to be so easily maintained. This protocol I've been doing is called alternate day fasting, when you are eating one day whenever you feel like eating something, whenever you're hungry, and the next day you would fast. A complete fast means you only drink water, tea, or coffee, with no sweeteners, no even artificial ones without any calories, nothing that would provoke the insulin spike, sometimes even the non-caloric sweeteners provoke an insulin response, and I've been avoiding that, and frankly I didn't feel the need to add something to my tea or coffee. I usually drink it plain with no milk, no whatever, so it wasn't a huge big deal for me. Sometimes around a week before my period, the cravings would get intense, and once I started to understand my monthly cycle better, I came to realize that it's a monthly occasion and it's completely normal to feel this way. And this thought alone alleviated a lot of anxiety and frustration with myself. I wasn't contemplating anymore whether I was broken or something was wrong with me. Once you realize through those little details that your body is not fighting against you, it's just sending you signals, communicating something to you. In that case, it was the fact that before my period, my body had to get ready and receive more nutrients in order to be able to go through this process normally without any repercussions. And I just went with it and embraced it. It became much easier, honestly. In the beginning, I was experiencing problems with sleep during fasting days. They were not necessarily connected to intense food cravings. It was just a general insomnia. It lasted for approximately 3 weeks. I was able to fight it by drinking some warm tea before going to bed, and also creating a better environment for sleep in general. I think it's worth mentioning that I started fasting when I was looking for a job after I quit my previous one. So I had a lot of free time to actually explore the whole thing and be focused on what my body feels and needs. This really helped me when I got employed again, because I already kind of knew what to expect from myself, and I didn't need to be anxious about whether I'd be able to maintain my lifestyle when life happened, you know, and it was one of the important things for me to consider. In my previous endeavors with losing weight, I would sometimes face a situation when life became too overwhelming to be focused on this one thing. I get pretty focused on this when I get into it, and I know this about myself now. So I was genuinely worried if I would be able to maintain it, if it was sustainable in the long run, because it takes a long time. And yeah, it's been going pretty well actually. I haven't had any mishaps, and I have been able to maintain my weekly weight loss, not at the same pace as I did before, because I don't have that much weight to lose anymore, and naturally this process stalls at some point, not to a complete halt, but when you get to a certain point when you have like I don't know, 10 pounds more to lose, you should expect that the process becomes slower, and every week you'd see smaller changes than you've seen before, and it's also normal. This is very important to understand, that nothing is wrong. You're not slipping off the road. It's okay. So if you're trying to plan a weight loss, you should be aware of this process slowing down at some point, and keep it in mind if you have a certain date to achieve this by, which is actually not a very good idea to, you know, put a deadline on it. But when it's absolutely necessary, or it's one of the things that keeps you going, remembering about this special time or occasion that you need to look great for, then just keep in mind that it's going to be, I think, approximately 2 times slower than it was during the whole process in this last, you know, finish line. This is a concealer that I use. It's from L'Oreal, and it's called Infallible 24 Hours More Than Concealer. It looks awful because I've been using it a lot. I'm almost out of it. It's in the shade Porcelain, I believe. Okay, I think I got it right. I told you the name of the product. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Never mind. So where I put it is under my eyes, because my eye bags are huge, and it's never going away. It's just the way my face is. Good makeup artists tend to give the same great advice to anybody who attempts to recreate somebody's makeup, is to be aware of your own face before you try to recreate anybody else's work. And this makes a lot of sense, because it all comes down to whatever your face is and what it's made for. And there are absolutely things that won't look good on you, and it's not your fault. It's not the lack of skill. It's mostly the fact that you need to be aware of your bone structure. You need to go along with it, not against it, not reshape it completely, because it's gonna be noticed. So next I am going to blend this concealer, and let me grab this one special tool that I use to blend my concealer. Ah, here it is. I'm a firm believer in blending concealer with my finger. I don't know why it is so much better, but it definitely is. Probably because it's almost like the same texture as your facial skin, and it also warms up in the process, and this is why. But whenever I tried to use a brush, another beauty blender for it, I dedicated a tiny small one once to the concealer business, but it never worked as well as just my finger. I apply my concealer strategically, and there are a few spots that I would put it in anyway, regardless of my skin condition at the time. And that would be on my chin, between my eyebrows, a little higher, and on this spot because it never goes away. And also under my eyes at this exact spot, this exact amount. And I let it sit for just a little bit, and then I blend it with my fingers. Another thing about fasting that you probably should know before you go into it, if you're interested, of course, is that everybody's digestion is different. And for me, the fact that I was basically eating one day and not eating anything the next day, even though I was taking in a lot of liquid and I was taking electrolytes on my fasting days, and I was making sure to eat a lot of fiber during my feast days. Anyway, still I face constipation pretty much all the time. This is the price I pay. But it is combatable. Is there a word like this? Combatable? You can fight it, I mean. Basically, I drastically upped my fiber intake. And also, once a week, I take a plant-based laxative that is very gentle, not too harsh. So I take one day of the week when I am chill and don't have to go anywhere. Once I realized that this is a continuous pattern, I just figured out ways to overcome it for myself, and this is what I did. And this became kind of a turning point when it stopped being annoying and started to be predictable. The biggest thing I think about fasting is that it is predictable. Whatever it's going to do to your body, after a couple of weeks, you will understand what's going to happen to you the next day and how you're going to feel. You can anticipate it. You can plan around it. It is overall very compatible with your everyday life. This is what I get from it, actually. And apart from that, it is just very freaking effective. It is. I never, ever have lost so much weight in a very healthy time frame, and also being able to, just keep going without any plateau or whatever the stuff. And it's so liberating when you can count on stuff, when you can plan. So yeah, this is pretty much my review on alternate day fasting as a whole. What is this? This is a very pink Starstruck stick. Oh, it says right here it's Fenty Beauty, but it's dupe. 100%, because I know this stuff costs a fortune. I found somewhere on a marketplace this dupe, and it has a concealer, very sheer one, I don't use it anymore, this pink highlighter, and the contouring stick. Pretty much, I think, like the original product, but for a lower price, and I've been pretty happy with the results it gives. What I'm doing, by the way, is I put some on the tip of my nose and a couple of dots along the lines where I'm gonna put my blushes. I tend to blend. Well, I pretty much combine 3 products for my blush, and that would be this pinkish glow stick, this Glow Bomb Strawberry stick in the shade 207. It is advertised as a highlighter, but this is the shade of it, basically. And this is a lip tint that is matte. Her Orange. It is called Her Orange, and it's in a shade 03. I have a whole bunch of those in different shades, and I use it mostly as a blush. Sometimes when the situation calls for it, I would use it as an actual lipstick, but it's very rare. So what I do is 2 dots of this orange Glow Bomb and 3 dots of this matte lipstick. Yeah, this is how it looks. Trust the process and whatnot, I guess. And then you blend. Regarding my diet during feast days, I usually go with whatever feels right. Most of the time when you don't eat for a whole day and then you have a whole day when you can eat whatever you want, you tend to choose healthier options because this is what feels right inside. I don't know how it's going to work with you, but I think it's other people who I've seen trying this protocol, they have been reporting the same. And I think it has to do a lot with the fact that your body understands that something's happening, but it doesn't quite know what exactly. And it tends to want something healthier from you, healthier choices, so it comes pretty much naturally. You don't have to force yourself to up your fiber intake or your protein intake. You are going to need to eat more of it to feel good the next day anyway. But knowing how to up your protein game and your fiber game never hurts. So doing your own research on healthier meals and high protein, high fiber options is great, and I would definitely recommend it. Now that the base face is done, I go in with a Kayal, and I don't see any other letters here, and it's brown. So I go in with it pretty generously actually, because I like to reshape my eyes a bit. I don't know, it feels natural whenever I apply my eyeliner. It always ends up like this and it looks good. And basically, for me, the easiest way to apply your eyeliner, Kayals are my personal favorites, and I will show you why in just a moment. That's the general outline, and then I go like this. There we go. The outline. Filling it in. There we go. Then I go in with an eyeshadow, and it's a singular one. This Ashura brand that they only sell in my country, unfortunately. But there are a lot of products of the same value out there. This is what it looks like. It's pretty pigmented. And I am showing you this because this is pretty much what I would do, like my to-go makeup when I am getting ready for work. Nothing too elaborate, as you see. Sometimes I go elaborate when my outfit calls for it, or the occasion is bigger. And that's a perfect shade for any sort of occasion, because you can build it up in the evening and it becomes this fairy dust luminescent glow instead of a slight shimmer during the daytime. It becomes like very saturated, and when you turn your head it's different colors, all the beautiful stuff. I build it up slightly around the middle area, but other than that I keep it very light. This is what it looks like up close. very gentle. Then I use a brown mascara. And this one is from Belarus, one of the best brands on planet Earth, and it's called Luxury Color, and it's from Biolita. It's made of Italian ingredients and produced in Belarus. I like it because it separates my eyelashes like a dream, and it doesn't go for anything else. I don't use an eyelash curler because they're generally looking upwards most of the time, but still this mascara helps a lot with lifting them and also separating them in a very nice way that never looks fake for some reason. I like this one a lot because it provides a lot of air to the overall look. My whole family, my mom, my sister, my older sister, they have been using this exact brand of mascara for decades. The quality doesn't drop. I don't have many lower lashes, but I have been training myself to still apply the mascara on them just to make the overall look more cohesive. Weird FaceTime. What else are we missing? We are missing a brow gel. We need to do something about our brows. They don't look half bad, just please say something about my brows, please. So this is a Semily clear brow gel. I've almost used it up and I have another one at the ready. And the description of this product on this marketplace I buy most of my stuff from says it is more reliable than your ex. So like, do I need to say more? I like the formula. It doesn't feel yucky on my skin. It is important for me that the brows stay where I put them the entire day, despite me being constantly surprised by everything every day. And this stuff gets the job done. Again, I keep saying this a lot, but I don't know how to say it better to describe. This is pretty much all I do with my brows. Is there anything else that I might have forgotten to do? Lips. I have a whole bunch of those lip liners. It's like, I don't know, like a lot. And it was sold in a bundle. And let me sharpen it really. It was very cheap and I was very surprised with the quality of them. This is already how much I used in a short time period that I've owned it. And this one, this shade is my favorite and it's the closest to nude that I was able to find. I tend to drag it inside out the lip as well with light strokes. Yep, like that. Sometimes I would do translucent powder in my T-zone, but lately I haven't been so oily, so I tend to skip this step. Yeah. Also, because I use this tinted primer, everything tends to stay exactly where I put it. Even after a long day at work, I don't have to worry about anything moving. And then I go in with this lip gloss, Clarins Paris Lip Perfector in the shade 07. It was a gift and I loved it a lot. I've been using it pretty often. It smells like candy. This is how I finish my lips. Give it a little glow, but not too much. And when I get ready for work, I would usually take out my hair curlers or whatever I'm doing with my hair that day. But since today is Sunday and I'm going to dye my hair pretty soon, I am not willing to wash it. So I'm gonna do something else to show you the end products that might happen sometimes during a working week. The sunlight is almost gone, but here is the finished product. I am pretty happy with how it turned out. This is my very first time trying to do my makeup on camera. I hope it wasn't too embarrassing. This is genuinely what I would do every day for work, except for the wig. It is for special occasions. Sometimes I would use it. Maybe another time I would show you what I usually do with my hair for work. If you're interested, that is. No pressure. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.